Assalamu alaikum. Our today's topic is understanding the climate change. I will tell you about what is climate change, why it happened, what happened when there is a climate change, what are the key drivers of climate change, and we will also study what are the future of climate change, why climate change is very important for South Asian countries like India and Pakistan. So, before going into the detail of the talk, I will tell you about the historical context of the scientific events that leads to climate change, and also tell you about greenhouse gases and their effects, and also human activities impact in climate change. And then we will also study about the weather patterns and sea level. And then what is ecosystem, what is the effect of climate change on agriculture and economy, what strategy we should adopt to mitigate the effect of climate change. So, climate change is defined as the long term alteration in the temperature and atmospheric condition. What does it mean? That if there is a long term change, like 20 to 30 years, there is a change in the temperature, and average rainfall of the specific region, it means there is a climate change. Okay, so what happened during climate change? The glaciers. There is effect on glaciers. There is effect on ecosystem. There is effect on mountains, uh, uh, precipitation, and this increase in temperature enhance the overall temperature of the earth. So, in this, he say, we will tell you about the historical climate patterns. So, what happened during scientific evidences? What are the scientific evidences that tell us that climate change is happening? First of all, rising global temperature. And another thing that happened is ocean acidification. And third one is melting ice sheet. What does it mean? That average global temperature have surged over the last century, showing us that this is a major concern in climate change. And there is also the carbon dioxide level is high in the world just because of this. This when this carbon dioxide they come in contact with the ocean water, then there is acidification happen, and this is also a scientific event that tell us that climate change is going on. And then of course, because of this high temperature and that actually melt the glaciers that are in the hilly areas, especially in India and Pakistan. Because of this, there is an increase in water in the rivers, and that increases the flood situation. Okay, so and then another effect is that the greenhouse effect. When is the natural mechanism that play a crucial role in warming our planet's Earth. This process actually, what happened during that process, that the heat that comes into the Earth is get trapped because of the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, nitric oxide, and sulfur dioxide. And these actually gases did not allow the radiation to get out of the earth. So this increase the overall temperature of the earth, and that's because of this greenhouse effect. There is an increase in the temperature of the earth that is known as global warming. And then main that are the greenhouse gases. methane, and carbon dioxide that is primarily produced through fossil fuel burning, and also one of the other a gas, that is methane, is used from agricultural activities, especially livestock production, and also uh, uh, the factories are burning, also one of the major cause of greenhouse gases. This is a data that shows that how much is the global temperature increases because of these greenhouse gases. Okay, and there, as you see in that in 19th to 1950, that average temperature rose by 25%, while 1960 50 to 2000 it is 35, and 40% increase in the recent years. So carbon dioxide also increases, that also leads to greenhouse gases and also increase the global. What happened because of what are the human activities that actually impact greenhouse gases emission, and it is because of the industries. These are the transportation, agricultural practice, and the wrong use of lands, because we normally change the lands from agriculture to from natural forest to residential purpose without knowing its impact on the environment. Similarly, fossil fuels, oil, natural gas, and coal are much of the major concern that its consumption is actually increased day by day, and that increase the carbon dioxide emission level in the world. And similarly, the other effect of of the climate change is the deforestation. Deforestation, you can see in the area in like in Pakistan and India, the agriculture land was developed by removing the forest, and this increased the climate, the overall carbon dioxide, and overall and increase the temperature of the earth. So pollutions is also one of the major contributor towards the climate change. So industrial emissions and transportation, these both are the major factor that actually uses the fossil fuel. That because of the burning of this fossil fuel, there are more methane and carbon dioxide get out of the industries and from the transport, and that increase the greenhouse gases. So, impact on weather patterns. What is this climate change effect? That there is an increase in some areas, there is an increase in the temperature of the average temperature of the during the night, and some in the day. This help. This actually decrease the production, because this enhance the disease incidence. In some places, there is a change in the disease incidence in plants, in humans, and in some. There's more infestation is coming on, and to control these changes, we need to develop more scientific ecological methods to develop new varieties and livestock, so that we can because we have a man-made, we change this whole weather or climate change using man-made activities. So now we need to go back to basics, so that we can develop some technologies that is based on the ecological principles. What are the effect of these weather events? Hurricanes, floods, and droughts. Droughts and all these are very important for agriculture, because of this there is a decrease in the overall production of the agricultural food, and this this will definitely enhance food and unsecurity. So there is a need to address these issues. So because of this, there is an increase in the sea level. Major of the rising has level that includes the melting of the polar ice, that actually, and thermal expansions of the seawater. So this is because of this there is an increase in or the more there is more evaporation, and with this more evaporation actually lead to more rain that increases the flood. melting caps, as you see that the most of the people in the world where there is a lot of ice, and it is melting now because of the climate change. So there is an impact on habitat loss, biodiversity threats, and wild type displacements. There is also, I already told you that there is a problem in food, agriculture and food security because of this declining yield and food supply distribution. There's also it has also impact on the economic consequence of the different countries and economies of the world. So, Hurricane Katrina is one of the example of natural disasters, and wildfires in California and flooding in Japan. That is the cost of this is the 160 billion US dollar loss in hurricane, and similarly there are some other disasters that. So, in on there is also effect on health, respiratory issues. There are many waterborne diseases and heat-related illness, and vulnerable population and global policy response. Examine global efforts against climate change through treaties and agreements that cut emissions and encourage sustainability. So there is a agreement on climate change in Paris, where what are the what we should do, what are the nation should do to decrease this climate change impact, so that Paris agreements aims to limit the increase in global temperature aim to well below 2 degrees centigrade. So achieving this goal is critical to combat the worst effect of climate change, and there is also an agreement to setting up amending their national emission reduction. So Pakistan is also doing following these agreements and doing something to increase the to decrease the effect of climate change. So what are the strategies do we should go towards renewable energy resources? We should give take text from the industries or the corporation who are increasing the carbon dioxide in the environment. And there is a need to reforest the in Pakistan there are different strategies has been initiated to increase the forest, like tsunami forest, and there are many other processes. Renewable energy resources are the solutions, and technological innovation is also needed so that we can generate energy through solar and some other processes. So we all, हमें सबको we need to be involved in this action plan so that we can save our planet Earth, and also actually we save ourselves from this disaster. So climate change mitigation is there. So infrastructure, resilience, agriculture adaptation. So role of education is very important in this process, so that we should aware the children and the people so they know what is climate change and how we can teach them that how we can mitigate this process. So there is a call to action. So climate change is happening, and the major drivers of the climate change are the carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases, and there's also increase the acidification of the sea and ice, glaciers melting. So these are all the things that are related to climate change. So we need to mitigate this stress. Because of this climate change, there is increase in problems in many sectors, like in agriculture, in health, and in environment is also the business. So we need to mitigate this stress through different strategies as it was approved in Paris agreements. Thank you.